Ready to discover something new? Here are some of the best PC games you've never heard of. Over the years, you end up playing a lot of games, and if you're looking for the best mouse and keyboard to play them with, you're in the right place. Jumping on every free download Epic is willing to give you, getting through the Game of the Year list to see what all the fuss is about. But despite how on top of game releases you may be, there's always a few things that slip through the digital cracks. So we decided to put together a list of games we love that not as many people are raving about. There's a varied selection from strategy titles to Souls-like platformers and all the indies in between, so hopefully there's something for everyone. If not, then subscribe to Logitech G and you'll be met with all sorts of videos on the games we love and the gear we love to play them on. Without further ado, here are some of the best games you might not have heard of. As far as the eye is a lot of things. It's a building game, it's survival, it's a turn-based strategy, it's a roguelike, and it does all of these things well. Your tribe must travel to the Eye, a safe refuge, and along the way they need to stop and collect resources like food and wood to continue the next leg of their journey. You can set up camp, construct buildings, and settle in for a while at each stop, but a flood is always looming, so after a certain amount of time you need to move on or risk drowning. All your strategizing must happen on the fly as you react to new procedurally generated situations. But if you're looking for a building game with a faster pace, then As Far as the Eye is here to take your time and money and hoard it as a valuable resource. If you're a fan of shooters but feel like you've played them all, then Synthetic Legion Rising is exactly what you've been saving all your ammo for. As a robot on a mission, you'll be fighting your way through endless waves of enemies and clearing each level. Use the environment to your advantage as you dodge and take cover. Keep moving to avoid the non-stop enemies, and strategize your way to victory. The huge selection of weapons and upgrades means you can fight how you want, with over 140 different items to get your robo mitts on. Be stealthy and pick off enemies one by one, or charge in with a massive gun and watch them drop. It may be top down, but you can still get those oh so satisfying headshots. Plus, you can invite a friend for 2-player co-op so you can both be shot to pieces together. It's super fast-paced, pretty chaotic, and everything you didn't know you wanted. Kato is a puzzle game that brings a totally unique mechanic to the genre. In most games, your map is your most reliable tool, an unfailing resource to reference whenever you get lost. But in Kato, it's constantly changing. You pick up pieces as you go and add them to reveal more of the world, but you can also change them, moving map tiles to create new places on the island. A piece of grassland might be behind you to the west, but move it to the east and suddenly there's a whole new village to explore with different NPCs and secrets to discover. It takes a little while to get your head around how it works, but soon enough you'll be thinking with maps. The protagonist is adorable, the art style is a kid's adventure book come to life, and the story of helping Kato find her grandma again drives you forward at every moment. When you think of Souls-like games, you probably don't picture the cute little slug cat in Rainworld, but here we are. Rainworld is a dark action platformer set in a broken ecosystem. As a slug cat, you are both predator and prey as you venture out each day looking for food and a new place to shelter. An essential journey as it's how you save your progress. It also resets the day and means your fight for survival starts all over again. Each pixelated room has random monsters that you need to face, and it takes all the precision platforming and timed strikes you can throw to get out alive. It isn't a game that made it into a lot of people's libraries, but for those who are up for a serious challenge, Rainworld is a beautiful, tormenting game that makes Dark Souls look easy. But honestly, it's fun. We promise. The real-time strategy genre is massive. There are tons of games to choose from, but if you're looking for something a little different or a way into the massive selection of war and history-based games, Bad North is your perfect Viking jumping off point. You have a small island kingdom and an army you can move freely to set up how you please, then various attackers start arriving in waves. You need to react in real time and make sure to defend various buildings on your land to win and get rewards. Each rocky outcrop has different tactical advantages, with upgrades allowing you to use it to cause even more damage as you leap and defend. Of course, that's all easier said than done when archers and hordes of people arrive, outnumbering your meager defenses. But with some careful planning and thinking ahead, you can always make it through. If you loved Doki Doki Literature Club's adorable appearance and gradual horrifying revelations, then Omori is the next story for you to get stuck into. This hand-drawn RPG feels like you're playing Undertale before it got popular. Surreal, intriguing, and emotionally deep, it's a psychological horror you won't be expecting. Explore the colourful and monochrome worlds around you as you play hide and seek, battle monsters, and try to uncover a forgotten past. And yes, I jumped at the first smidgen of horror. I would like to stay in the pastel, fried egg strewn happy places, please. Omori is the kind of game that you can't really describe to people, but you're absolutely adamant they should play. Start it without any spoilers and you're in for a weird and wonderful horror that you won't want to leave. Okay, I do want to leave. Please let me out of the white space, please. If you're looking for a new puzzle game to lose hours of your life to, then Reki is here to take over your life with circles and squares. Its minimalist design gives you everything you need to solve each level, and the gradual changes of a background color or addition of a new shape gets you more excited than any ultra fancy graphics ever could. Logic is at the heart of Reki, which is inspired by technical drawings and feels as if you're solving puzzles amongst an IKEA instruction booklet, and at times is just as hard to work out. It's addictive in the way mobile games can be, where you start clicking through a few levels and the next thing you know, the sun is gone. But that's fine, as Reki is your sole hobby now. And yes, you will be seeing it in your sleep. The Tetris effect has nothing on Reki. If you loved Overcooked and are always on the lookout for more co-op adventures to cause arguments between you and your friends, then Unrailed might be the game you haven't heard of but have been looking for. This is a local or online multiplayer where up to 4 people must work together to keep an adorable cubed train chugging along. The catch is that you need to collect resources, craft tracks, and lay them all down while the train constantly keeps moving. It's classic co-op chaos where you need to work together in a fast-paced, high-pressure environment, but wrapped up in a deceptively cute outfit. There's a bunch of biomes, game modes, and unlockable characters to keep each session fresh, but no matter how nice the environment is to look at, most of your time will be frantically focused on the train. Okay, so unless you've actually been living in a wooden shack for the past month, you probably have heard of Valheim. And by the time you watch this, it'll probably be twice as popular as Minecraft, and developers Iron Gate will be rumoured to be manoeuvring to buy out Google. The fact remains though, you hadn't heard of it a few weeks back, and it has now changed the face of the gaming year, just like anything else on this list could hypothetically have done. The gameplay loop is simple but delightful. Hunt and forage to build items in a house, recover lost memories of how to build better things, hunt and forage the stuff you need to build them, and once sufficiently tooled up, eventually take on a boss. Valheim is not only a fun, engrossing survival game, it's also absolute proof that the PC gaming scene is as healthy, vibrant, and innovative as it's ever been. So, those are some of the best games you might not have heard of yet. Let us know in the comments which games you think deserve some more recognition, and if you enjoyed, give this video a like. For more videos on games, the people who play them, and the gear they do it with, subscribe to Logitech G and hit the notification bell so you never miss when another video lands.